What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Trooper Transmission. And today we got a special video for you the day after Thanksgiving. Everyone's had all their food, all of their gains, and we're going to talk to my man Jonah, who has been crushing it in that category. And so, Jonah, thanks for coming on and talking about your experience in the academy, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So we'll dive right on into it. Picture, maybe 7 months ago, you reach out about this Fit Nerd Academy thing. You see this guy on the internet in a clone trooper helmet. What was going on in your head? What were your goals that had you reach out to kind of learn more about what was going on?
Man, well, first I thought it was pretty cool because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. And then I saw you I love Star Wars and I love working out. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that someone's putting, them both together. And so I didn't know like you had a coaching plan at first. I kind of just followed you and then I saw your workouts and I would do them. And then and then you messaged me. I was like, oh, I didn't know he had like a coaching plan. I was kind of skeptical at first because my last one was like I saw no progress. I was like, why am I going to pay money if I'm not going to see anything? But I don't know. I was just like, give it a try, just see how it goes. And I don't know. I think it's been pretty great so far. It's been a good experience.
Yeah. You've definitely been seeing results. We'll get to that in a second. And I want to touch into the skeptical part because I totally get that. And from someone on your end, you've been burned before. What I guess was the thing that had you make the leap anyway? Was it just like your determination? Was it stuff that you saw where it was like, oh, he actually isn't just making stuff up? Just curious what helped you get over that hump.
Yeah, one I was kind of tired of like not seeing results and stuff. So like I didn't know what I was doing wrong and like what I could be doing because I don't know. I don't feel like I'm all that knowledgeable. So I kind of just do what I see on the internet, follow those workouts and stuff. And that the meeting we had, and you seemed very knowledgeable. You seemed like you actually are willing to help. You weren't just doing it for like the money or the followers or whatever. So I was like, he seems like he's got good intentions, and he's like someone I can relate to because fellow Star Wars
Yeah.
fan and stuff. So it's like it'd be cool to with the helmet and everything, but and just the like what you were saying with the progression, like you had like the shirts and like the patches and everything, and so like kind of like gives you a motivation to do it because you're
Yeah.
gonna get something out of it on top of also meeting your goals and getting the progress you want to see.
Yeah. And I want to dive into that a little bit because you've mentioned that a couple times. The progress that you didn't see, either working with a coach previously or doing it on your own, what has been like the unlock for you, and what have the results been that you've been able to see because of the few things that we've helped really align for you from a training and nutrition standpoint?
Yeah. So before it was mainly I feel like diet. Diet was like a big thing. I really didn't know too much, and my last coach didn't really touch too much on diet. He kind of just he gave like a recipe book, and like that was pretty much it. Mainly, it was just like the exercises and stuff. So like I really didn't know what I was doing. So I would like think I was eating healthier, but then like after like working with you for a bit and then actually like tracking my calories and tracking my protein and weighing the foods and stuff, I started realizing like the foods I once thought that were healthy aren't really that healthy, and like the really like minor details of it. But tracking definitely is like the probably what helped the most
Yeah.
is being able
It
to see what you're putting in and stuff like that.
yeah, and what's that helped you get to from a goal standpoint?
Definitely like slim down a lot, like because I felt like because I've had this little gut since high school and like or probably for my whole life, but it wasn't until high school is when I wanted to like get rid of it, and just nothing I did ever like changed it. Like no
Yeah.
matter, I was one of those people where it was like just constantly like do cardio and it's gonna go away, but it never went away. And then like tracking and stuff, instead of like slimmed it down and but also put on some muscle with it. So it's not just you're just getting skinny, but you're getting skinnier, but you're also getting bigger, kind of.
Hmm. Yeah, and leaning out a little bit. I think last we looked, you were down what, 20 pounds.
Yeah, 20 pounds.
Yeah, and that keep in mind too, adding some muscle to that frame. And so I think there's a big takeaway too, like the difference between fat loss and weight loss. So probably more from a fat loss standpoint, but it's been cool seeing
Yeah,
you too when we do test weeks. We got another one next week, which will be fun to look at. Seeing you get
yeah,
stronger in your big lifts, your squats, your deadlifts, which has a big translation, I know, for you from a career standpoint too.
mm, yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say if you had to like go back a year ago and tell yourself like, hey, here's the three keys to success. If you do these things, like you'll see the changes and the results that maybe you haven't been seeing. If you go back and talk to yourself a year ago.
Definitely, watch what you're eating and track it because seeing it on that app, the MyFitness app, like your calories for the day, it's kind of like a bank account. You
Mm-hmm.
put the food in and you see the calories drop and it's like losing money. So it makes you more like you see that craving and you're like, I want that. But then you look at your calories and you're like, can I afford it? Kind of thing. So that really helps tracking it, staying consistent, even especially on the days that you don't want to work out. It's probably the ones you should work out on.
Mm.
And then just like actually wanting it and like being like fully in, like dedicated. It's not
Yeah.
just work out for a week and then, you know, stop and think like, oh, that's good, or work out and then you feel good and you're like, oh, I couldn't deserve like I don't know, like cake or whatever. And then it's just kind of taking two steps back. So it's like staying disciplined and holding yourself accountable.
Yeah. It's interesting. I love that answer. I haven't had anyone say that third one of just really wanting it. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more and share maybe like your mindset in terms of really wanting it? Because I totally agree. I think a lot of people think that they want to lose weight, or it's more of like a wish as opposed to like a goal.
Yeah. So it's like in high school and stuff, like I really wanted it, but it wasn't like I wasn't putting in the work. It's like, I feel like everyone wants to lose weight and be jacked and look good, but a lot of people just don't want to put in the work. So they look for these like pills or like those clean shakes, but obviously don't work because they're not putting in the work. So it's like being realistic with yourself, like, I want to lose weight, but these are the things you have to do. Like you can't just take a pill or, you know, starve yourself or whatever. Like you have to put in the work and actually like want to work on yourself because it's not easy. It's not easy building muscle. It's not easy losing weight and stuff. So it's like you just got to know that and just want it. Like you can't just wish it and then not do anything about it. You have to like take those steps because
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
totally.
naturally a lazy person. So so like it's kind of hard sometimes, but it's just making yourself do it, even if you don't want to do it. Just making yourself do it because in the long run, it's going to benefit you. And like you're just cheating yourself if you skip a workout or you eat that sugar or whatever, like fall into that temptation of cravings or whatever. Like it's not hurting anyone else but you.
Hmm. Yeah, dude, I really resonate with the lazy part. I think people are
Yeah,
sometimes surprised when they're like, wait, you're lazy? Like, yeah, like I'm always trying to find the best way to do something, not necessarily the easiest, because the best is going to end up being less work to do. Like, imagine trying to lose weight for 5 years, trying to do the lazy route, whereas it ends up being less work if you do it right the first time. And I think that's like a
yeah,
huge change
exactly.
where it's like, oh, I only had to work on this for 3 months or 6 months because I did it the right way. One of my favorite sayings is hard work is the shortcut. And so like my lazy brain's like, how can I get someone to like lay the path out for me or just like do it the right way the first time so that I don't have to rebuild, maybe a faulty shed or something, whatever it is that you're trying to just like
Yeah,
build it the right way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, love it. And love watching you progress. And you're one of the OGs alpha class. And so it'll be cool to see you continue to work your way through the academy, man. Thanks for the time. And just for some visualization, here he started at above 210. He dropped below 190. Thanksgiving happened. Weight went up a little bit, but I've no doubt that he'll get down into the 180s in the next week or two. And this is just following consistent nutrition and training program. Nothing crazy. He had some vacations in between, and he's just been consistent.